What is going on, everyone? It is Angry Gamer Online, and today I am back with another car comparison. Today we have got the Benefactor Feltzer and the Dinka Jesta. These two cars are very similar within the sports car category. They are both completely mad with massive spoilers, vents and grooves all over the place. So I thought they were two cars definitely that we could test. So firstly up with a drag race, and immediately off the line, the Dinka Jesta has better acceleration. However, the Benefactor Feltzer does have a higher top speed. So as we can see now, the Feltzer is beginning to catch up with the Jesta, and it is just edging ahead ever so slightly at this point. And as we begin to approach the finish line, we can now see that the Feltzer has about a car length's lead. So that round definitely does go to the Feltzer. It has a reasonably higher top speed and is definitely quicker over a short drag race. Now a pushing war, we're going to find out which car is more powerful and has the most grip, and it is immediately evident that the Jesta is much more powerful. Now the Feltzer is only rear wheel drive, whereas the Jesta is four wheel drive. As you can see, there is tyre smoke coming off all four of the Jesta's wheels, so that would be a massive benefit for the Jesta in this test, simply because it's got all four wheels pushing, whereas the Feltzer only has two. And unfortunately here they sort of stick until I stop pushing. And now we are straight on to a race around Observatory Rush, my personal track. So first up is the Benefactor Feltzer. This car is, I think, really easy to control. It has so much grip in the corners and is really fast as well. It really is one of my favourite cars within this game. And as we can see, it's pretty much flat around that corner, and it really does take every corner very flat. There's no body roll or anything. It's a really nice car to drive. It has really good acceleration and it's really responsive as well. And round that corner really nicely and away. Now this car on this track, we did have a few problems because this car struggles to turn very tightly, and unfortunately there are a couple of tight turns on this track, and you'll see in a bit that it does start to struggle. But on these sort of winding sections, this car is absolutely brilliant. It really does have the grip to go around these corners at almost full throttle. I think on most of them I am pretty much full throttle, and on this corner I think we do have to lift off a little bit, we do brake a little bit, but that's because it's quite a tight corner. And there we have to brake quite a lot again because this is it's a really tight corner. And now I think we cut this corner nicely, yep. And then up this hill here, there was no trouble at all for this car. It's obviously one of the most powerful cars in the category. I think it's the second or third fastest. I think only the Massacro is, on stats anyway, only the Massacro is faster than it, or maybe the Comet. That's also one of the faster cars in the game. But yeah, as you can see, we're going up this hill rather nicely, and unfortunately on this tight corner, we do lock up and we do struggle to go round. However, I don't think we lost too much time at all. And now finally round the last corner. And unfortunately we do mount the pavement a little bit there and then across the line. Next up we have got the Dinka Jesta, and as you'll see the car has changed. It is not the same colour. Now that is because I was using my friend's Jesta to do the test where both these cars were going at the same time. However, for the race I used my own Jesta. So yeah, they both have full upgrades, so don't worry about the performance of the cars, they're the same. And the Jesta I think handles very much like the Feltzer. As I've said previously, they are very similar cars. They do sound a little bit different, however, they do drive almost exactly the same. And we cut that corner a lot around the first corner. And once again, this car's accelerating brilliantly out of the bends. And once again, this car handles brilliantly on these winding sections. There's really no nonsense. Unfortunately, we did go on the grass verge a little bit there, but I don't think it harmed the time at all. Both these cars I am very confident to just chuck into bends, simply because I've been driving them for a long time and I know how both these cars drive and what to expect with them. So I would say I'm a fairly good driver with these two cars, so we're going to get a fairly good comparison here. Now once again I think we do cut this corner quite a lot, yep we do, and then up this steep hill. And now we come onto this tight hairpin turn here. That was pretty nicely done. We got down to a pretty low speed. The brakes are very good on both of these cars. Now I think the Jesta has slightly better acceleration out of the corners, because it is four-wheel drive, as I've said previously. So we do get better grip out of the corners, which is brilliant. And once again, you did see there that this car does struggle to turn tightly. And finally round this corner and across the line now. And now we're going to have a look at the times. The Dinka Jesta did it in 1 minute 48.084, and the Benefactor Feltzer did it in a time of 1 minute 49.824 seconds. But yeah, both these cars, there was about a 2-second difference between them both, and I think that's because the Feltzer did spin out at one point, but both these cars are very, very similar. Neither of them are going to disappoint. So it's really up to you. It depends, because one of them is, the Feltzer is about half the price of the Jesta. But anyway, I've been Angry Gamer Online. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and yeah, see you in a bit.